How to move files on your computer from one folder and into another using just your mouse. As you can see, we have a nice clean desktop here where we're going to create two dummy folders, and inside of one of them, dummy files as well. We want to do this because we don't want to wreck any files or folders you have on your computer that might contain personal or important information that we might accidentally lose. So for this exercise, we create dummy folders and files. Right-click anywhere, and you get a drop-down list. From that list, you can see we don't actually have to click on the word new, it just pops up. And where you see the word folder, move your mouse over to it and click once. There we go. When you see any file or folder highlighted in blue and white, that means it can be given a name while in that state. So let's do that. We're going to call this folder number 1 using our keyboard, type, folder number 1. You can either hit the Enter key or click the mouse anywhere outside of where you've just typed, and it will lock in as a title for that file or folder. Let's do the same and create a second folder. Right-click, move down to New. From the drop-down list, we click left with the mouse and click Folder, and give it a name while it's highlighted in blue and white, folder 2. Now, here's a neat thing that's going to come up handy. Maybe the folders are located in a good place on your computer screen, or maybe they're not. We want to move them, and I think you might have had experience doing that by clicking and dragging. To click the left mouse and drag, you're going to basically hold the mouse over the folder, hold down your left mouse, click once, and not let go. While not letting go, you move that folder anywhere you want on your computer. I'll do the same with folder number 2. I'm going to click with the left mouse, hold it down, not let go, and then move it. And voila, they're in a place maybe where we want them to be on our computer. If we wanted to move both folders at the same time, there's a really cool way of doing that, is click the mouse anywhere outside the two icons representing folders. Click left and hold it down, and while holding down that left mouse, start moving the mouse, and you can see a little blue square or rectangle appear. And in its wake, it starts catching things, like those two folders. And as you can see, they lit up. So it's like a digital fishnet. When those two folders or any grouping of items are highlighted like that, you can then click with the left mouse over top of those highlighted folders, hold down the mouse, don't let go, and as you can see, both of them are being dragged. Okay, that's going to come in handy for the next round of information I'll be giving you about copying files. You're going to see why. So let's double left mouse click on the folder number 1. Nothing in. It says the folder is empty right there. Let's create dummy files. It's files that we don't care if we wreck or mess up or send into oblivion. And how we do that is very similar to how we created the folders. We're going to right click, okay, and drag down the mouse without clicking on it. It goes to New. Don't click yet. Keep going down, down, down. Your list will look very different than mine because I have all sorts of different programs on my computer, but what we all share is the ability to make a text document. Click once with the left mouse, and it just pops into play and into place. See, it's highlighted in blue and white again, so let's give it a name. That's what it's asking for. Real simple. I'm going to type the number 1, and number 1 is that text file's name. Easy, eh? Let's do this 3 more times. Right-click, blank space. Go down to New without clicking anything, and then over top of left text document, left click the mouse. There you go. Give it the name 2. Type the number 2, and then hit the Enter key. That's the quickest way. Or click outside anywhere. Right-click, New, text document, number 3, Enter. And lastly, one more document as a sample. Number 4. Good. So if we close folder number 1, we can see that the icons look different because there's information inside of one and not the other. It's amazing how Windows starts changing things on you when you don't expect it. So now our goal is to copy and paste from folder number 1 into folder number 2. Let's do all the files at once using our mouse. Double-click folder number 1, and as you can see, they're all there. And using our mouse and only our mouse, all we have to do to grab all of those is, like what we did in moving the folders, we're going to click once, we're going to drag, and as I'm holding down the mouse and dragging, I drag and grab all 4 items in the fishnet, so to speak. Right click over top of those, and I have a new option in my big long drop down list, and it's copy. If I click once with the left mouse on copy, it's now somewhere held in space, but it's being held, those 4 files. Trust me. Double click with the left mouse on folder number 2, right click in the empty space anywhere, and you'll see paste and paste shortcut. We want to go paste because that will completely make an exact duplicate of the files that were in folder number 1 into folder number 2. Paste shortcut would only paste a shortcut. We don't want to do that. So clicking the word paste with the left mouse once, voila, all 4 files have moved. Let's close that and make sure that's the case. Double clicking with the left mouse on folder number 1 reveals 4 text files. In folder number 2, an exact copy of those same text files. Pretty neat, huh? But we're not done yet. One more thing is, what if we wanted to copy just 2 of those files that were in folder number 1 and into folder number 2? Well, I can go to the trouble of deleting all of these the way we grabbed them before, but we're not going to do that. I'll show you a really cool trick. Right click in a blank space anywhere in the new folder and hit undo copy. It's going to ask if you want to permanently delete these 4 items. You say yeah, because they're only copies. There, folder number 2 is empty again. So now, double mouse left click on folder number 1, and we're only going to grab 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag like I did before with the left mouse while holding it and not letting go. And there, if I want, I can only grab just 3 and 4 and copy them. Right click over the highlighted items, click copy with the left mouse, close that folder, double click on folder number 2, right click, and we don't want to do anything new, we just want to paste. And there we go. Now what if we wanted to grab numbers 1 and 2 only? Well, let's go back over and do that. Folder number 1. How do I grab those if I come from the bottom? Well, we're not. We're actually going to come from the side. If you have to stretch out the window a little bit to make room, you can do that. But what we're going to do is hold the mouse to the right of those 2 items, 2 text files, and again, click and hold the left mouse, start to drag while still holding, and there we go. We've grabbed just those 2, the first one and the second one. And once again, we would right click over the highlighted items, click copy with the left mouse, double click to open the folder, and paste with the left mouse. Now, here's where we're going to get into a bit of a trouble. What if we only want files 1 and 3? Well, without using the keyboard, that's not going to be easy. So we'll get into that into another lesson. But at this stage, if you only use your mouse, you cannot just drag over one and then drag over another. You would need to use the keyboard, but we'll save that for another day. So there you go. That's how to safely copy items from one folder on your computer and into another using your mouse.